welcome into the Echo Sportscast number 88.
I'm Ben Sargent.
And I'm Jackson Bowl. Today we have soccer had its finals in both girls and boys. We have highlights and results as Chippewa repeats in both senior boys and varsity girls.
Scollard and Franco Cite faced off in NDA baseball Monday afternoon. We have highlights as the regular season starts to wind down and we prepare for playoffs.
We also have more updates from track and field as teams are heading off to NOSSA to compete for a chance to get into OFSAA.
All of that and more on the way, but first a word from today's lead sponsor, Agnico Eagle.
At Agnico Eagle, we are committed to being a trusted community partner, focusing our efforts on building a local economy that lasts for generations. Our careers offer the flexibility and ample downtime needed to find lifelong balance. We strive to be a good neighbor, investing in our people and their future, not just because we operate here, but because this is home. We make mining work.
We start the show off with NDA soccer as the finals took place on Monday and Tuesday. I was able to catch the opening of the varsity girls final on Monday afternoon up at Nipissing as Algonquin was looking to upset Chippewa, and the Ravens had a decent number of chances early on in the games, but the Barons did not concede. I then had to leave, and the Ravens offense decided to wake up as they ended up finding the back of the net 7 times to win their third consecutive championship 7-0. McKenna Linke continuing to be a huge contributor to the Ravens as she picked up 4 goals in the championship victory. They are heading to NOSSA. That is taking place starting today, May 29th, so good luck to Chippewa.
In senior boys, Scollard hosted Chippewa, and much like the girls, it was the Ravens picking up also their third consecutive banner with a 4-0 win. Nathan Bellin picked up 2 first-half goals to help lead Chippewa to victory, and they're also heading off to NOSSA this week. And finally, in junior boys, it was Scollard picking up the banner after defeating Franco Cite in the final 5-1. Mateo Ricciuti scored 2 goals. Reed Sauve, Bo Cosmic, and Corvin Forrest scored the other 3 for the Bears.
That basically concludes NDA soccer, short and sweet, and Chippewa, once again, they're having themselves a heck of a NDA season. They've, I have to count up how many championships they've won, but they've won on the court, both volleyball and basketball. They've won both, like 3 consecutive in both. Kind of funny how that happens in both girls and senior boys. They're having a heck of a athletic season.
Yeah, we talk about championships, but even just finals made. Like I don't think, well, they didn't make the football final.
They didn't have a team,
but hockey final. Just about all the court sports, they were circling it. They didn't make it in junior boys soccer, but senior boys, they won it. Like, that is a ridiculously strong year for Chippewa.
Kind of feels like there's got to be a bubble that bursts, right?
At some point, you lose that pack of kids. Like, a teacher retires. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. Of course, NOSSA starting. Your sister now playing. I think you said Sault Ste. Marie is where they're being held, right?
Yeah, for the girls for sure. The boys, I think they do it in the same spot. It's probably the same spot, but I don't know.
How pumped was she after that victory?
She was pretty excited. Like she's been on the team for all 3 banners, but that doesn't take away from it. Like I think she thinks that this is their strongest year.
Yeah, McKenna Linke looking really good. I don't know how many goals she had, but probably like 40. I don't think that's an exaggeration.
Give her the Ballon d'Or. Give her the Golden Boot.
Like that's actually really, because every time I read up anything about like Chippewa, how they did in girls soccer, she has like 5 goals like every time. It's absolutely ridiculous. Good on Algonquin for getting to the finals. Like, you predicted a Chippewa Scollard final, which it was in the boys. Unfortunately not in the girls, but Algonquin getting the upset victory 2 weeks ago. And then they definitely were on the back foot for the 20 minutes I was there at the beginning of the game, where Chippewa had a number of chances. Like it felt like it was just a matter of time before they scored. And I'm pretty sure the moment I walked away was when the goal happened, because I remember walking back to my car because I had to try to get to this we'll get to in a second, to this baseball game, because everything's kind of happening at the same time. And it was you could tell Algonquin was just trying to kind of keep it together, trying to get trying to do some damage on the counterattack. Wasn't able to get too many good looks. They had a couple of opportunities, but Chippewa is just so good in the midfield. It's hard. It's very difficult, I think, for teams to try to get around that when you're just shutting them down in the midfield like Chippewa's been doing.
Yeah, it's like almost like Scollard hockey, but a good hockey team that can clog the shooting lanes in the front of the net and then spread out so quickly going up ice. You're like, how do you have both?
Yeah.
How can you defend so well and then strike right away?
And then they have quality, of course, at the top, like with someone like McKenna or other people who've been scoring as well this season as well. Like whoever they're I don't know if they're playing with a front three or if they have like a striker or how they're going about it, but their forwards are getting it done as well. And it's easy. It's very easy to get clean sheets and to like have good defense when it's same thing with hockey. I always say whenever I do broadcast for hockey, it's like a good offense creates a good defense because you're not getting chances. Like when I do the Trappers, like whoever's in net for the Trappers, they barely get any action. They have to be good when they get action, but they barely get any action because most of the time it's the puck's in the other zone. And that's kind of how Chippewa kind of reminds me of. It's just they don't give opponents a lot of opportunities to even get a sniff at net.
No, and when you're leading in a sport like soccer or hockey where the like scoring opportunities are limited, when you are up a few, you don't have to take risks when you're defending. All you have to do is play safe, really. So,
and then you look at the juniors, Scollard winning the juniors, Scollard beating out Franco, and maybe looking good for them going to seniors. Like they just fall short to Chippewa, though 4-0 is a pretty healthy scoreline. They were up 2-0 going into halftime, so that's pretty confident. Though it is lower league soccer, right? So you'll see a lot of crazy stuff. Even in the higher soccer leagues, like that's not a crazy scoreline to be super safe with. But I think that Scollard has a chance, I think, to make something happen next year in seniors, especially depending on who's aging out for Chippewa. I know there's a number of athletes across the board in basketball, hockey that are starting to age out or getting really close to it. So maybe a chance for Scollard to take.
Yeah, Chippewa not being in that junior boys final is probably a good thing for Scollard soccer. And I think you're right. I think Chippewa has a lot of their defenders that are aging out, either grade 13 or I think Charlie Smith, who's committed to Canada, and so they're going to be a new team and new strategy, and they might be opportunity for Scollard to slip in there.
It'll be nice to see other teams win or other schools have a chance to win some of these sports, because I have to go back and look at it. So now Chippewa soccer, they had men's volleyball.
Yep.
They had basketball, men's basketball.
For men's basketball, yep. They made the final in ladies basketball. They made the final in ladies volleyball.
They made the finals in hockey.
Yep.
So they're either like a team to beat or like upsetting people. It's an interesting year, and it's of course this is the year you're on the Sportscast.
Yeah,
a Chippewa alumni. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I think as we move on to baseball here, I think the story won't be as sweet.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see Chippewa play baseball yet.
Don't.
Wow. Okay. No faith in your team. I haven't had a chance to see them yet, but I did get a chance to see Franco Cite because they squared off against Scollard Hall in their second to last game. Their last game was against West Ferris on Tuesday, but on Monday they squared off against Scollard, and I was there at Veterans Field. I was able to catch the final inning because of the girls soccer final. Scollard at the time led, I believe it was 6-1, if I heard the people saying the score correctly, because there's no score posted anywhere. The Patriots were looking to mount a comeback. They got a couple of players on base to start the inning. They looked like they might be threatening to get a couple back, but the Bears were able to shut the door. They sealed the victory heading into next week's playoffs, as teams will be looking to keep West Ferris from repeating as champions to finish off the 25-26 NDA sports calendar. And speaking of West Ferris, man, do they need a championship this year?
Yeah.
Because they don't have any yet.
No, other than upsetting Franco Cite in volleyball, that's it.
I think, and I think those people, because I saw like Nick is playing baseball as well. There's going to be a lot of people from that basketball team that's going to be looking to get something before the end of their athletic career in high school. I said this about basketball. I'm like, as a West Ferris alumni, just holding off on just give me one championship.
I haven't watched a ton of the NDA baseball this year, but I do think that they're going to take it. We know that they lost to Algonquin early, but I think they've been pretty dominant ever since. And I think Scollard also has a strong team, but I think it'll be those two in the finals, and we'll see who ends up taking it. But
yeah, it was interesting seeing Scollard Ferris when they did play, because Ferris looked good. I think one of the things that's the hardest about baseball at that level is closing games out. It's the hardest thing to do. It's easy to get runs, but it's not easy to close things out, which is what cost them in the first game against Algonquin. It almost cost them against Scholar, though they were able to hold on. It's going to be a very interesting final, I think, this year. I've only seen a handful of teams play. Like, I haven't seen Chippewa play. I haven't seen Mattawa play. My gut feeling is telling me Algonquin's going to be a player in there. Ferris will obviously be a player, but I think the core of like Franco, Scholar, Algonquin, Ferris probably. I don't know what Franco's overall record is, but just with how like the vibe I'm getting around like Chippewa and Mattawa, I have a feeling those are going to be the 4 core teams that are probably going to be vying for the championship. But I have to find out what the playoff format's going to be like this year, who's playing when, what the games are like, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I believe they start next week.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I would agree that those 4 schools will be the core 4. High school baseball, you're right. It's hard to close out games. It's hard to say who's going to win that semifinal. Like, Franco could go out and beat the higher seed in West Ferris or Scholar, but I think it'll be one of them.
Yeah, it's always fun too, because I don't think, is the finals a series?
I don't think. No,
they're all one-off games, eh?
Yeah.
Which is even worse, because in baseball, it's like you get one bad start.
Yep. If you used your pitcher in the semifinal, you don't have him for the final.
The snowmobile is parked. The ice is melted. And suddenly, all those batteries you ignored all winter are no longer working. The boat just won't start. The ATV's not cooperating. Even the golf carts decided it's taking the season off. That's where Battery North Bay comes in. Boats, ATVs, motorcycles, e-bikes, solar systems, cordless tools, even the kids' Power Wheels. If it runs on a battery, chances are we've got it in stock and ready to go. We're locally owned, proudly serving Northern Ontario, and we ship Canada-wide. Stop by 1315 Main Street West or call 705-478-5400. Battery North Bay, powered up for every season. It's almost that time of year. Early mornings at the rink, fresh notebooks and backpacks, and a community gearing up for another great season of varsity sports. At Source for Sports North Bay, we're proud to be part of it all. Whether it's finding your kid's first pair of skates, gearing up for tryouts, or outfitting your team for the season ahead, we've got you covered. Because here, we're not just a sports store, we're neighbors, coaches, teammates, and fans. And we're proud to cheer you on every shift, step, and stride of the way. Visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street and let us help you along your way. So last week we did track and field. We did NDA for Algonquin and Franco. Both had their results out. We do have more results from Chippewa and West Ferris that were posted. So Jackson, take us away on how West Ferris did.
West Ferris had a number of athletes that performed well and qualified for NOSSA, including Annie Buell, who was first in junior girls 80-meter hurdles, triple jump, and pole vault. Evan Vince, first in novice boys shot put and discus. Hayden Wozni, first in novice boys 200 meter, second in 400 meter, and third in 800 meter. Bentley Dunlop, who was first in novice boys 100 meter and second in javelin. Caden Barron, first in novice boys javelin, second in discus. And Caden Tuckett, first in junior boys high jump, second in long jump. And their team finished first in the novice boys 4x100 meter relay.
And on the Chippewa side in junior girls, you had Mila Rotondo, who got second in 100 meters, second in 200 meter, and first in the 4x100 meter relay in junior. Amy Denston was third in the 800 meter and second in the 3,000 meter. In senior girls, Larkin Allen was second in the 800 meter, first in the 1,500 meter, third in the 3,000 meter, and first in the 4x400 meter mixed open relay. And Lily Gilbert was third in shot put.
Looking at the boys, the junior boys side, Hunter Haynes, third in the 100 meter, Ethan Hepburn, second in the 200 meter, first in long jump, third in the 4x100 meter relay in the senior side, and then Simon Kolesnichenko, first in pole vault, Carter Benson, third in shot put, second in discus, third in javelin, and Kingston Hanna, third in the 4x100 meter relay, once again in the senior. Now the senior boys, Scott Emanuel, second in the 100 meter, third in the 4x100 meter relay. Gantry O'Connor, first in the 800 meter, first in the 4x400 meter mixed open relay. Ryan Brereton, second in the 800 meter. Will Raymer, first in the 1500 meter, first in the 3000 meter, and first in the 4x400 mixed open relay. Rain Bradley, first in discus, first in javelin, third in the 4x100 meter relay. And Austin Young, second in discus. 4x400 meter mixed open relay. Boy, is that a tongue twister. I didn't even know it was a thing.
You did it without any problems. No cuts. No cuts were needed there.
Not this time, but I didn't even know that was an event.
That's impressive. So overall, congratulations. I know NOSSA, I believe, is happening this week. So hopefully next week we'll have some results from that, depending on if they're posted. I'm not too sure where they're being held this year.
I don't know where they're being held. I also don't know if you have to finish top 3 or top 2. What do you think? What's your guess?
Well, usually, see, this is the thing, is individual sports are different.
Yes.
Usually it's whoever wins goes.
And just the winner?
I would imagine if you won your event, you would go, right?
Oh, 100%. But do you think that when's the cutoff? If you finish second, do you go? Or if
Depends on how many slots. Maybe second. I don't think third would.
I also don't think third would. Badminton, for example, is only the top 2. So I would have to say
if
that
badminton does it, then track and field. There's no way.
But no, I think that first and second you should go. Third, I don't think you go.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to find out how NOSSA goes. If as soon as we have any sort of update, we will let you know, because I'm sure that that schools will be saying how people are doing. I would imagine over the course of the next week or so, and then of course it's OFSAA. You've got NOSSA soccer, potentially OFSAA soccer, depending on how the Chippewa does theirs. Yeah, because it wouldn't be Scholar going. So it's just Chippewa going. So depending on how, because there's no NOSSA for junior, so depending on how that goes. And then we just got some baseball playoffs. So starting to wind down. We're starting to get right near the end.
Really quickly, the NDA girls softball.
I did see that.
Concluded, and Scholar hoisted the NDA banner with an 11-2 or 11-3 victory over Chippewa, which lets them compete at NOSSA. It's sort of a modified NOSSA, but it's still NOSSA in Sudbury, I assume, next week.
Oh, congratulations to Scholar. Yeah. I did see a bunch of 3-pitch, or was it softball? Is it 3-pitch?
The high school is like softball, but the 7-8 is 3-pitch.
Okay, I saw a bunch of different posts and stuff, and I wasn't sure how, I didn't sift through everything to see what was what, but thank you for the update. That's awesome. So next week, we'll hopefully have some more track updates. Hopefully we'll have some soccer updates. We'll for sure have some soccer updates, because you'll know you have the inside scoop on how the girls will do. Hopefully we can find out how the boys did. And we'll also have, did I say baseball playoffs?
Not yet.
Well, we will hopefully have baseball playoffs if we can find out when exactly they're happening. I might have to just hover around Veterans Field and just see.
Yeah, just stay there.
Just wait and see. I'll just live there. It's right by my house. It's fine. And that's about it for the Sportscast this week as we start to wind down for the 25-26 NDA season. This has been Sportscast number 88.
I'm Jackson Bull.
And I'm Ben Surgeon. If you have any results, scores, anything like that you want to send our way, you can shoot it over to me at my email, ben@northbayecho, or you can shoot it over to us on Instagram or Facebook under our account, North Bay Echo. So thank you so much for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that fun stuff, and we'll see you again next Friday for another edition of the Echo Sportscast.